Good day, Inderes TV viewers and listeners. Sampo published its fourth quarter results today, and I'm interviewing Group CEO Torbjörn Magnusson. Torbjörn, how would you summarize the eventful year of 2022?
I think we had a really solid year. We had really strong operational execution in the businesses, as you can see from our growth numbers, as you can see from our combined ratio numbers in the insurance operations. And we were also able to forward our strategic agenda a lot during the year with the exit of Nordea, with the change in the investment portfolio, and with the initialization of the Mandatum study that we started at the end of the year.
I think the market had a bit difficult time to interpret If's results. If we exclude the impact from the increased discount rate, the results did not meet the market expectations. So would you bring some clarity on the results?
Well, there are always a number of volatile items in P&C insurance, and we do our best to be clear about which they are, what they are, take them out and provide something that tells the market how we have developed. And we have improved the underlying development in the combined ratio. We have also improved the underlying development in the cost ratio. So it was a good year, and no doubt about that.
Okay, so investors should not be worried about the development in there.
We are very pleased with the development last year, and there was a discount change in Finland, so we got some releases of reserves, and we actually strengthened some of the other reserves, so to keep the same prudence in our reserves.
Okay. I know you have the strategic review ongoing with Mandatum. Can you give any more comment on that, or do you return to that on Q1?
Well, very little. It started in December, of course, and it takes a bit of time, so all options are still open for Mandatum, but we will return to it during Q1.
I could ask one question about If guidance. I know that usually you have quite conservative guidance, and I've asked these questions maybe 10 times, so I hope you have patience. But are we finally seeing the heating up of competition in the Nordic property and casualty insurance market? Or was the guidance, I think the combined ratio should be below 85% this year according to your guidance? Is it your normal conservative guidance style?
Well, it is of course important what the market looks like. And in the past few years, we have seen no new startups, no fintechs with something unexpected, or no new international companies starting up offices here. So the market is still very rational, very Nordic, very knowledgeable. That hasn't changed. Very professional insurance market. And then we have given a three-year target, the 86% combined ratio for the group, the 85% for If P&C, for the first time ever. So that's 2021, 22, 23, because we felt confident at the beginning of that period. So, okay, is that conservative? Well, we always give an outlook that we revise during the year every quarter, and that will show you more narrowly where we're heading every year.
Okay, so you're not seeing any competition in pricing or some competitor lowering their prices because they get more income from the investment side?
These are not easy markets. They've been very competitive and very efficient, and we are very advanced in the Nordics about IT, the web, technical solutions for our clients, and that is not changing just overnight because something in the outside world changes.
Your premium growth in If and in Hastings as well was quite impressive. So what were the factors driving that growth?
For If P&C, it's a very simple answer. 10 years at least of investments in IT, efficiency and the web. And of course, more and more people are using the web for insurance business also, and we gain from that. As simple as that. Hastings, a little bit more special, that the number actually looks very, very high. And that's because the market in the UK was aggressive at the end of 21. 22 was better, so we didn't participate in that aggressive market in 21 at the end. So it looks like we have a big growth there. So
okay.
I mean, we keep our market share in the UK, and it's a challenging market at the moment with the cost of living crisis and high inflation, but we're doing well.
For If and Hastings, how much of the growth is driven by rising prices?
a large part of it is rising rates and prices and premiums. And for Hastings, it's virtually all of it. And for large parts of the If P&C book, it's like 2/3 or similar.
Which
actually corresponds rather well to the inflation we see in these countries, doesn't it? So, yeah.
Exactly. Sampo has been the majority owner or now sole owner of Hastings for around 2 years now. So how happy you are with the performance of Hastings, and has it met your expectations?
It's been an unusual period for Hastings. We bought it, went right into the pandemic. And during that period, every motor insurer in the world made a lot of money. That was easy in a way. And then came the cost of living crisis in the UK with high inflation and strong competition. That was more challenging. So I think we've been very happy with the way that Hastings has developed and handled both style of situations. And they are very well prepared for the future and the UK market developments.
Few questions more. One short question about you bought a few shares. I think in Sampo's case, it's like buying one share of Torbjörn Magnusson for a normal investor. But how should we interpret that? Why do you bother to buy so few shares at the time? Even though many might think that the valuation is quite high.
Yeah, but this was just a tiny amount. It's not even worth commenting on that.
Okay. Then lastly, about the dividend and how you return capital to shareholders. Your dividend was €2.60, the regular dividend €1.80, and then you published a new 400 million buyback program. So after this, how much you have excess capital to return to shareholders?
We probably have a bit more than €2 per share in excess capital, but most of that is tied up into the private equity portfolios, private equity investments that we have since some 3-4 years back, and not in cash, as it were.
Yeah, it's not that liquid. Do you have any timetable when you could maybe convert those to cash and then return to shareholders?
We're not the lead investor or the majority owner in any of those, so we can't have a timetable for it. But of course, it is private equity, and they've been there for 3-4 years, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, thank you for the interview and best of luck for this year.
My pleasure. Thank you.